Hello everyone. So we have completed all the rules for finding the oxidation number, and now let's have some practice related to oxidation number. That's very important question. Practice. We'll be starting with from very basic level, and then we will go to uh, the secondary and the higher level of the oxidation number practice. So let's start with the basics. Number one, we have to find the oxidation number of oxygen in this case. Always remember, oxidation number of hydrogen with any non-metal is always plus 1. So plus 1 into 2, and oxygen is X. Sum of oxidation number for any compound is always 0. So X is equal to minus 2. Oxygen is in minus 2 oxidation state. Whenever oxygen is in minus 2 oxidation state, the compound is called oxide. So we will call it as an hydrogen oxide, chemical name of water. Now here again, we have to find the oxidation number of oxygen in H2O2. With any non-metal, oxidation number of hydrogen is always plus 1, and there are two hydrogens present. Plus there are two oxygens, 2x. Sum of oxidation number of compound is always 0. So we can write 2x is equal to minus 2. So x is equal to minus 1. When oxygen is in minus 1 oxidation state, the compound is called peroxide. That is the reason that the compound name will be hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide. HCl, again simple rule. Hydrogen with any non-metal is always plus 1. Chlorine oxidation number X, and sum of oxidation number is equal to 0. So X is equal to minus 1. The chlorine is in minus 1 oxidation state. H2SO3, hydrogen oxidation number plus 1 into 2 plus X into 3 into minus 2 is equal to 0. So we can write X is equal to plus 4. Here oxygen oxidation state we consider to be minus 2, and hydrogen oxidation state is plus 1, and sulfur oxidation state is X. So oxidation state of the sulfur in H2SO3 will be plus 4. The name of the acid is sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid. Okay. Now oxidation state of sulfur in H2SO4. Hydrogen oxidation state will be plus 1 with any non-metal. There are two hydrogen. Sulfur oxidation state X. Oxygen oxidation state minus 2, and there are 4 oxygen present. Sum of oxidation number of a compound is always equal to 0. So we get X is equal to plus 6. So यहाँ पे सल्फर का ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट आया plus 6. The name of the acid is sulfuric acid. Okay. Actually सल्फर के दो ऑक्सो एसिड्स होते हैं, H2SO3 and H2SO4. There are two oxo acids present. Whenever a compound can form two or more oxo acids, so lower oxidation state in the name of the oxo acid we use us, and higher oxidation state we call it as ic. That is the reason the first one is sulfurous, because it is in the plus 4 oxidation state. The second one is sulfuric because in the higher oxidation state. Now here phosphorus, common name of the compound is phosphine. Only for information, later we will use this compound in coming chapters. Phosphine. Phosphorus oxidation number X. Hydrogen oxidation number plus 1 with any non-metal. There are 3 hydrogen. Sum of oxidation number is equal to 0. So X is equal to minus 3. Phosphorus is in minus 3 oxidation state. H3PO4. Hydrogen oxidation number plus 1 with any non-metal. phosphorus oxidation number X, oxygen oxidation number -2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to, sorry, there are 3 hydrogen present, right? So X is equal to +5. Now here hydrogen oxidation number +1, and there are 3 hydrogen. Phosphorus oxidation number X, oxygen oxidation number -2 is equal to 0. So here we get X is equal to +3. So here phosphorus is in +5 oxidation state, and here phosphorus is in +3 oxidation state. In the next example, again we have the oxo acid of phosphorus, hydrogen oxidation number to be taken as +1, and there are 3 hydrogen. Phosphorus oxidation number X +2 into -2. Oxygen oxidation number is equal to -2 is equal to 0. X is equal to +1. Now we discussed earlier that in the oxo acid, lower oxidation state is called us and higher is called as ic. But that was the easier condition because we had only 2 oxo acids. But in case of phosphorus, now we are having 3 oxo acids. One we are having is H3PO2, H3PO3, and H3PO4. And oxidation states are +5, +3, +1. Now what happens? हमारे पास 2 सफिक्स है, us and ic. Us we use for the lower one and ic we use for the higher one. But we are having 3 conditions. तो जो हाईएस्ट है उसको तो हम इक असाइन कर देंगे, बन गया फॉस्फोरिक, उसमें तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. जो लोअर है उसको हम असाइन कर देंगे अस. ठीक है, तो ये बन जाएगा फॉस्फोरस एसिड, फॉस्फोरस एसिड, अस सफिक्स लगा दिया. बट वी डोंट हैव थर्ड सफिक्स. दिस कंडीशन is lower than the us, lower than us, then we use the prefix hypo. तो अगर कंडीशन है lower than us, जिस ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट को आपने us कहा है उससे भी कम वाली ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट है, then use lower than us is called hypo. So that means H3PO2 लोअर स्टेट है +3 यानी अस, और उससे भी कम तो हाइपो, दैट विल बिकम हाइपोफॉस्फोरस एसिड. Hypophosphorus acid. Now we'll continue with the same concept. एक और क्लासिकल एग्जांपल लेते हैं. हाइड्रोजन with any non-metal is always +1, and chlorine oxidation number X, oxygen oxidation number -2 is equal to 0. So we call it as X is equal to +1. The chlorine is in +1 oxidation state. Here hydrogen +1, chlorine X, oxygen 2 into -2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to +3. So chlorine is in +3 oxidation state. Now here hydrogen +1, chlorine X, oxygen 3 into -2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to +5. plus 5, and here HClO4 hydrogen oxidation state plus 1 into X plus 4 into minus 2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to plus 7. So देखो हमारे पास क्लोरीन ये 4 ऑक्सो एसिड बन गए HClO, HClO2, HClO3, HClO4. Oxidation number we have plus 1, plus 3, plus 5 and plus 7. That is the chlorine oxidation number. Now in case of oxo acid we have two suffix. One is called ik, that is the higher one, and lower one is called us. फॉस्फोरस के केस में 3 थे तो हमने लोवेस्ट के आगे लगा दिया था हाइपो, हाइपो प्रीफिक्स एंड अस सफिक्स। लेकिन प्रॉब्लम यहां पे यह है कि हमारे पास अब 3 नहीं 4 कंडीशंस है। व्हाट विल डू इज इक से जो ज्यादा होगा उसके आगे लगा देंगे हाइपर इक। So now we can arrange them in the increasing sequence, that is hypo or us suffix. So that will become hypochlorous acid. This will become chlorous acid. This will become chloric acid. And this will become perchloric acid. So hypo us, ic and per ic. So that will become 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how we use the suffix. अगर किसी कंपाउंड के 2 ही ऑक्सो एसिड है तो लोअर को अस, हायर को इक। अगर किसी एलिमेंट के 3 ऑक्सो एसिड्स हैं then lowest will is called hypous, greater is called us, and highest is called ic. If some element forms 4 oxo acids, so we get hypous, us, ic and per ic in the increasing order, right? So basically जो 17th group है especially chlorine, bromine and iodine, they form 4 oxo acids. जो 16th group है that can form 3 oxo acids, especially the sulfur. Based on the oxidation state it can form 2 oxo acids, right? अगर कोई दूसरा ऑक्सो एसिड भी बनेगा सल्फर का तो फिर उसमें ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट या तो +4 ही रहेगी या +6 रहेगी, ठीक है? दैट कैन बी द पॉलीमेरिक फॉर्म ऑफ द sulfurous acid or sulfuric acid, but oxidation state of the sulfur in its oxidation state is always either +4 or +6, right? Phosphorus forms, that is 15th group. Phosphorus forms 3 oxo acids in +1, +3 and +5 oxidation state. So we have understood the logic how to name the oxo acids. Well, again apply the same logic here. We have hydrogen oxidation number +1 with any non-metal, nitrogen oxidation number X, oxygen oxidation state 2 into -2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to +3. And here hydrogen +1, nitrogen oxidation state X, oxygen 3 into -2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to +5. Now nitrogen forms only 2 oxo acids. So we name higher one as the ic, nitric acid, and the lower one we call it as nitrous acid. Now sulfur oxidation state in this X plus 2 into -2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to +4. and sulfur x plus 3 into minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to plus 6. Manganese oxidation number x, oxygen oxidation state minus 2. Sum of oxidation state for a compound is always equal to 0. So x is equal to plus 2. So here we can apply the stock notation and we can write it as manganese. Stock notation, German scientists used this system very frequently, where they used to mention the oxidation state of the metal to represent the compound. That is manganese 2 oxide. Manganese 2 oxide, here 2 is representing that manganese is in plus 2 oxidation state. Similarly here, manganese oxidation state X, oxygen oxidation state 2 into minus 2 is equal to 0. So X is equal to plus 4. So according to stock notation, we can write manganese 4 oxide. Here, now we are using the ion, polyatomic ion. So this is minus 1 sign, MnO4 minus. So manganese oxidation state X plus 4 into minus 2 is equal to minus 1. So X is equal to plus 7. Manganese is in the plus 7 oxidation state in this particular compound. So that's the first round of the practice of the oxidation number. In the next video, we will practice some more oxidation numbers.